Welcome back to the Ultimate Cleveland Sports Show. Fernando Mendoza and Dante Moore, two of the top college quarterbacks in the draft, if Dante even comes out, were both on display in bowl games the last couple of days. Both were winners. Guys, what did you make of the performances of Mendoza for Indiana and Dante Moore for Oregon in their bowl games?
Mendoza's peaking. He's grabbing the attention. Smart guy. Good thrower, accurate, impressive. He's going to be the number one pick, barring some sort of change. I don't think Dante Moore is ready. That being said, I have been impressed with how he's played almost all of this year. Yesterday was a strange game. They didn't need to score a bunch. He's up against a good defense. You know, you saw some youth. You saw some good throws. He's a really talented passer. History says you don't draft guys with this little experience that early. Is he going to come out? I don't know. You know, Phil Knight pays a lot of money, but so does the NFL. He's a guy I really, really like and think that down the road he can be good. I would recommend that he stays.
How much does NIL change that decision? Because, I mean, at one time, not that long ago, if you could be the second quarterback taken in the draft, or even the first if the right team likes you, you come out, it's a no-brainer.
Ohio State doesn't win the national title last year without those guys staying with that NIL money. Yeah. It's just a totally different ballgame.
No, it's a different deal. Guys can make, like Jeremiah Smith next year will make another $5 million. Like, it's not killing him for him to be in college, whereas it was in the past. You feel bad for these guys. It's like, oh my God, he's got to go back for another year and not make a dollar. Well, now the guy's going to have $20 million in the bank when he gets to the league.
Yeah.
You know? Dustin, what'd you make of Mendoza and Moore?
Dude, Mendoza to me is like a more souped-up Kirk Cousins. And Kirk Cousins has had a great career in the NFL and won a ton of games in the NFL and is a great leader, and everyone loves him. And me saying that doesn't mean that Mendoza – that's a kind of a compliment, I guess, to Mendoza. Like, if you can be a guy that can play for, 12, 15 years or whatever it is and play at that level, it'd be great. He's just a little strange. The interviews bother me. Like, he's just – like, after the game, he's just a little – but he's quirky. I get it. That's all it is. I just think he looks a little bit too, like, frail and Kirk Cousins-esque. Dante Moore impressed me a ton yesterday. I know because I've been on this Texas Tech team since day one, and I thought this defense – and you saw it. Their defense is amazing, and he did what he had to do against that defense. I like him. Mendoza. I didn't know he was as big as he is. 6'3" is good enough size.
Yeah, Mendoza graduated Cal Business School in 3 years and won the Heisman Trophy playing at Indiana.
He's special.
Like, he's got something to him. Yeah, it's a little goofy. It's a little unconventional because people didn't know about him until October of this year, right? But, like
he won, like, 6 games at Cal last year.
Right. Again, we're not saying, like, that he's going to Canton, right? But, like, can he be the guy that your franchise needs? You know, is there even much hesitation?
And he is a great leader, and he can change a locker room with his personality. Like, he's pushing positive vibes all the time, and the Browns need that. So, can they get him? I don't know.
I mean, the cost to move up from 5 to 1.
It's a lot.
Okay, first of all, the Raiders probably aren't interested in trading it, but you're talking about 2 of your picks this year and at least 1 going forward. Like, are you doing that for Mendoza? To me, it's not even realistic.
I mean, there's 6 right now, right? I mean, they could move up, depending on how Sunday goes, maybe they move up to 5 or 4.
Yeah, there's a strong chance they're going to be 5 or 6. There's so much goofy stuff that can't happen, but I think it's 80% that they're going to be at 5 or 6.
Dane Brugler, who I think we all know, obviously does draft analysis for The Athletic, compared Mendoza to Goff, to Jared Goff, is sort of his comp. I think a little bit better of a Goff. And obviously Jared went number 1. Is there any chance Mendoza does not go number 1 in this draft?
Not right now, not unless there's he gets injured or something else happens.
Something weird happens.
I mean, there's so many teams that need quarterbacks, and the top 2, as we think it right now, are the Raiders and the Jets, who've needed quarterbacks for a long time.
Yeah. What would sway the decision for Moore whether or not to come out?
Well, Phil Knight's money.
Yeah.
And then what he really thinks is his best path. I mean, if the Jets end up with 2, he might be hesitant. He can go back and make a lot of money, boost his stock, and still be a top 3 or 5 pick a year from now.
Well, even if the Giants, if the Giants have 2 or a team that necessarily doesn't look like they would want a quarterback, they're going to trade it to the Jets or the Browns.
And guys, let's be honest. Nowadays, it doesn't even matter. Like, if you're going to make $5 million or even more, the money just continues to go up for these college quarterbacks.
Yeah.
Why would you want to, like? I don't even want to be top 3. I'd want to be like the 15th pick in the first round and go to a team that's
there's no
that's
ideal
better.
situation, but when you get drafted in the top 6, you lock in about $40 million guaranteed going forward. It's not just the 1-year NIL deal. That's the difference. And you want to be a successful NFL quarterback. You not only want to get in the system and go, but you want to get to your second
Yeah,
contract.
but you don't want to go to the Jets and you don't want to go to the Browns.
No, but there's no ideal situation, Dustin. There really isn't.
There's better.
There's better.
Not ideal. There's better.
There's better.
All right, we're taking a break. 48 hours from now, Browns and Bengals kick off. We're going to tell you what happens before it happens. Pre-written headlines to wrap up the show when we come back on the Ultimate Cleveland Sports Show.